Story that'll warm your heart tomorrow on News 4 Today.
We end this evening with a thank you to those of you who have shared stories and condolences with us today since we announced the death of longtime News 4 reporter Derrick Ward.
Derrick was part of our family, and we are comforted to know he meant just as much to you as he does to us. One viewer told us, "Our hearts are broken. We love watching Derrick. He was an outstanding journalist, and boy, was he." Another said he was the sound of home. May his loved ones feel love and support in his memory.
Derrick not only had a way with words, but also with music. One person telling us, quote, "I enjoyed meeting and hearing him play his guitar a couple of times at the Monday Night Blues Jam." Those are just a few of the many messages we've been receiving today from viewers and from people Derrick covered every day.
Derrick was born and raised in D.C. He loved sharing our city's history with anyone who would listen, and anyone who did certainly benefited from it. He died yesterday of complications from cardiac arrest.
Derrick's friend, our own Darcy Spencer, takes a look back at his life.
Derrick Ward, News 4.
You've seen him on News 4 since 2006. Derrick Ward, a native Washingtonian, telling stories in the city he loved. At the station, he's known as a resident historian, his writing like poetry. News 4 anchor Malek Green met Derrick in the mid-1990s when he worked in radio, and she was just starting out.
Derrick was the first to befriend me and comfort me and say, "Hey, you can do this too." And he just made me feel welcome.
Derrick worked at WPFW, WAMU, and WTOP. Did a TV stint in Buffalo before joining the News 4 family. For him, telling stories in and about his native D.C. was special.
His love of writing is part of what Derrick's DNA is about. That's who he was. He was a storyteller.
Derrick grew up in the Marshall Heights neighborhood in Southeast Washington. That's where he developed his love for history and music. This is video shot by News 4's Mark Seagraves in 2018 when Derrick played with musician Jimmy Smooth. Derrick's brother Mark says he got guitar lessons when he was 12 years old, played in bands over the years, starting in high school. He played with several famous musicians.
First band he ever played with was a go-go band called Legacy. Then he played with a stage band, a stoplight band they show. Then he played with another band called Imaji.
At times, Derrick was able to combine his love for music and history into great storytelling. He interviewed musician George Clinton when the famous prop he used, the Mothership, was put on display at the National Museum of African American History and Culture.
This was the signature stage prop for the experience. That was a Parliament Funkadelic concert. It would be lowered onto the stage amid smoke and lights. And it was created by the same theatrical designer who done sets for Jesus Christ Superstar.
Derrick told the stories of the DMV with a sense of style.
Take a look.
Many of us at News 4 affectionately called him D. Ward and Cool Cat.
I'm working with Derrick Ward.
Everywhere he went, Derrick was recognized in the community. Photojournalist Tariq Warner knew him for 3 decades.
Derrick was a very special man. He's a very nice man, very kind man. And what you saw on TV is what he was in real life. You know, after the cameras turned off, he was there. He was still asking questions. He was naturally curious.
His death on Tuesday has shaken the News 4 family, particularly the photojournalists who've covered stories with him for years.
Derrick was an amazing storyteller. He was a very nice man, and he was my dear friend. And I will miss him.
Derrick worked breaking news stories and an occasional fun piece, like when they thought a bobcat was loose in Georgetown.
An urban safari in the wild woods of Georgetown.
He may have been known most for covering major weather events, especially snow. Photojournalist Tony Pittman felt his absence this week when Derrick was in the hospital during the snowstorm.
That's one of the things that kind of really hurt me and just really hit me and was like, yeah, he's not going to be here anymore.
Pittman was paired up with Derrick during the COVID-19 pandemic.
That's when we became real close, real good friends, other than work. He would eat, with us if time would allow. If we were in the area, we would do lunch at my house. one of those things. I mean, and he was just that type of guy.
Derrick was the dedicated father of 3 children, Derrick Jr. and twins, Ian and Marissa.
Every conversation we had, those kids were in it somewhere. No matter what we was talking about, them kids were making it into the conversation somehow. But he loved his children.
His brother Mark said he always wanted to be on TV, just loved being on assignment in his community. He loved the people, and we loved him right back.
Derrick Ward, always nice, just the nicest guy. Everybody talked about Derrick being brilliant and poetic and skillful, and that is all true. But Derrick was the nicest guy you ever met.